Hey guys, what's going on? How have you been? So, as you probably noticed, I'm not recording videos every day anymore. I think I posted a bulletin saying like I was going to release every 2 to 3 days. Reason being is just that between work and my free time and recording videos and editing and uploading and answering comments and stuff like that, I just don't really have any time to actually play Minecraft outside of, the 30 minutes or so each day that I'm recording. And there's been a lot of little things that I wanted to get done in this game that I haven't been able to because, recording me just branch mining for an hour, as boring for you guys to watch as it would be for me to try and talk through it. So I'm kind of sparing you guys that agony. As far as branch mining goes, I had to add a 5th chest for cobblestone. These are all now full of cobble that I've been getting out of the branch mine. When I was branch mining down there was a natural obsidian pool, and I had to mine some obsidian through that. It's never fun to do. But now that I have, the actual obsidian, I can go somewhere and set up another portal and be good to go on that, which will be nice. I'll actually have to go to the nether sometime soon. I'm running out of glowstone. And since the 1.7 piston patch is coming up on Thursday, I got some ideas that I want to do that will involve glowstone. So I'm going to have to hit the nether sometime pretty soon. I still haven't touched these 2 chests yet with dirt. This one I've had to start overflowing into. Sand, that's a pain in the butt. I hate harvesting sand, and I've had to harvest a whole lot of sand, especially for not the mushroom farm, the cactus farm, since that's pretty much a glass enclosure. And I've made changes to it, which means I had to destroy a lot of glass. I had to create new glass. I had to harvest more sand for that glass. So hopefully for now I'm good on this. But I have decided that sandstone is kind of a pretty cool building material. Not only does it look nice, you can also destroy it real quick. So that's something that I think I'm going to start using a lot more in my projects. Okay, so I've been doing branch mining like I said. I've been finding a pretty good amount of diamonds here. Iron supply is doing well. I've actually smelted up a whole lot more iron. I think I have something like 3 stacks worth in here now. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with all of this iron at this point in time. But I do have a lot of it. Other things that I've been working on, excuse me. I was pretty much asked by a bunch of people why I made stairs up to where that railway was to the dual mob spawner. And the reasoning that I had behind that is because when I made the staircase up from the dual spawner to the surface, or actually into that cave, I wanted to match, the top of those stairs with the railway. And in order to do that, I had to dig up and then make those stairs going up. Well, it was a waste of powered rail. There's no doubt about that. So I've corrected that. And I made the tunnel flat. And it goes all the way down. Uses way less powered rail. And the area above where the stairs were, I didn't remove all those stairs. I pretty much just sealed it up. I left all the torches there. I did remove all the track. A thing that I'm planning on doing with that area is I'm thinking I might have a cart come from here. I might expand this room. So have a cart come from here, somehow meet up with that track, halfway down and then go out to the cactus farm and the mushroom farm, that area, so I have an easier way out there than, you know, walking upstairs, going through the front door and walking halfway around that mountain. So let's check this out. It's a lot nicer ride, I think. Now, I was told, I haven't checked this myself, but I'm pretty sure they were right, that I only have to have powered rail every other one. And that's something I might change at a later time, but if I do that, that means I'm going to have to put, you know, a redstone torch underneath one of these every other one. And that's just a lot of digging, and we'll see how it goes. If I need power rail, I know where to get extra from. Another suggestion was that I line this with smooth stone all the way around, which, you know, really isn't a bad suggestion at all. I think it looks kind of cool. I was thinking I was either going to do that or inset the whole killing mechanism by one block and having it flush against the wall, which also would look pretty cool. So, like I've said before, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm liking the way this looks with the stone surrounding it. Doesn't look as awkward anymore. And if I really wasn't planning on doing a mob tower, this setup right here would be completely perfect. Getting all the arrows you ever need, all the bones you'd ever need. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Another suggestion somebody had made to me about these powered rails is that instead of using redstone torches underneath them, that I use a lever instead, because redstone torches put off particle effects. And with enough of those torches hanging around, it'll cause some lag. Well, you know, that's something I totally agree with. But with these 3 wide area here, there's really no way for me to put down a lever without having one of these blocks removed, because the lever would need to be on the side of one of these blocks. Maybe here I could cover it up with a stair or something like that, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But like, towards the base, there's some flat areas that are more like, you know, this style, and there'd be no way I could put a lever there without having a block open. I guess another thing that I could do would be to, you know, put the lever on the side and then maybe cover it up with half steps. There's no real reason that I don't or that I need it to be, you know, completely flat like this. I could do half steps and give it a little more something to look at. That's another possibility. We'll see. Not completely decided on that. Okay. Let's head down to the branch mine real quick and I'll show you what I've been doing down here. So as I've shown you guys before, I've opened this area up and I've, you know, marked out where all the branch mines are going to be. And let's see, yeah, so I've mined out everything along here. I still need to collect this redstone at some point. So all of these have been mined out. All the way down here. This side, I think I stopped. I think this was the last one I did. Yeah, so the second floor is almost completely done at this point. I've been spending a lot of time down here running through a lot of picks, just trying to find some diamonds, which I found, you know, a lot of that you've seen. I think I have 17 now in my chests. I still got a couple more floors to do, and I can always expand these branches out further if I want to look for more diamonds down here. Okay, I think I want to show you what I've changed, or the changes that I've made to the cactus farm at this point. Let's go ahead and hop out here. Alright, so this is what the cactus farm is looking like now. I decided to remove the smooth stone look and replace it with the sandstone. Since I changed, you know, where the cactus is sitting on from the stone to be sandstone, I thought it looked a lot nicer keeping the same style. remove the cross sections that I had here, and now it's just all completely encased in glass. I think it's looking a lot better to me, myself. Made the edges beveled, so it's not quite a square looking, even though there's the big flat surfaces. It's not, you know, as much of weird looking as it was before. I guess you could say weird looking. I'm not sure if it was weird looking. It just didn't look right. It looked really square. The collection area is also sandstone. So at this point, I think I'm pretty happy with the way the farm's looking. As a possibility, I might, you know, bevel these corners just a little more. But it's not quite as bad looking as it was before, that's for sure. So let me know what you guys think about the way that's looking, because it's definitely better than it was. I don't know if it's to the point where I want to keep it like that just yet. There's another thing I've been working on over this direction. While I was in my branch mine, I heard monsters above me and hit the F3 key out of habit. Well, not really habit, but instead of, you know, digging all around and spending 10-15 minutes trying to find where those monsters were. And when I did that, I discovered there was a whole lot of squid over here. And it looks like all the squid in my world have collected to this area. And I'll explain this in just a second. Let me hit F3 and show you guys. So it looks like there's 5 right here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like there's a couple more over here. So there's like, you know, 15 or so in this area. So what I was thinking about doing was bringing them upstairs and collecting them into one area up here outside the bottom of the ocean, and then making like an aquarium or something. Not quite sure where I was going with this, but I was able to bring 2 of them up so far. And the way I've been doing that is I have a staircase that goes down, and I have the sides covered with blocks, so as a squid are coming up, they can't just go side to side. They have to either go up or down. These guys are kind of a pain in the butt to get up here. They like going down. So I've lost a couple pulling them up. And the way I've been doing this, well, most importantly, is when I'm running low on air, just throwing a torch right like that. You can see it's replacing all of my air, which is really nice for working underwater. And it looks like these guys are pushing each other up, which is helping me out a lot. For some reason, the squid, when they hit these stairs, they're acting like they're on dry ground now. They just don't move anymore unless they're pushed. And then at some point, they'll swim a little bit and move up higher, and then they'll just get stuck like that until they get pushed again. So I guess this is a decent way to collect squid, but moving them around to where you want them, a little more tricky. So what I've been doing is just coming down here and giving them a little bit of a push. Sometimes they turn around like that and start swimming away, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Sometimes I'll keep swimming straight for you. Oops, need some air. But just keep working them up these stairs. Eventually you'll get them to the top. This guy's almost there. Oh, stop it. Swim the other way. Okay, well. Oh, look at that. He swam right back onto the staircase thing. This is probably really hard for you guys to see. I'm going to have to brighten this up a lot. But yeah, there's no real point in doing this other than I wanted to have a bunch of squid in like an aquarium or something like that. I thought that'd be kind of cool to do. Okay, what else? Was thinking, well, I know I've said this a bunch of times already, probably about a dozen times. I am planning on having a mob system, like a mob tower or something. There's a couple of different designs that I've been mulling over what I want to do. Let me grab some materials and I'll show you one design that I'm thinking about. Okay, so the design, well, I think you guys probably have already seen the original design I had. That was a 17 by 17 square spawning pad, which really isn't that efficient, but it did work, and it did give me a lot of items. I showed that in my old world video. So there's that design that I've used before. It works, kind of want something better. So the other design that I've been thinking about is one that's more widely used. You can see, I think it's I don't know if Etho actually invented it, but it's the design that he uses, where you dig like 32 blocks below where you want the mobs to be and then make 6 spawning pads, I think. I'm going to have to go back and look at the design for that. But it's basically all the mobs will spawn in this little area, and then you filter them into like a center area, and then they, you know, swim up a elevator, and then you can do whatever you want to them with once they reach the surface. And that's kind of a cool design, and I've seen a lot of people use it. I know it works. That's something I'll probably end up doing, but there's another design that I've been looking at that I want to try. Not really sure who designed this or if it's that much better. The problem with this design is that it needs like a tower to work. So mob towers are pretty ugly. Generally they're made out of cobblestone. They're really tall. They're not, you know, something you want to look at every day. So this will probably be something I'll just test out and see if it works. But the basis behind this tower is that you have floors like this, and then come over a little bit and you'll have like another floor. And this is all inside a tower. Then you have signs all along the edges here. It's like this, which seems kind of silly, but apparently mobs will, when they spawn on these pads, they'll see these signs, think there's a full block here, and just walk right off the edge, thinking that they're just walking onto another square. I'm sure most people have seen it. Mobs, when they see like, you know, a 2 or greater square drop, they'll just come to the edge and just stop and look. Well, this will prevent that from happening. So as soon as mobs spawn, they generally walk around. They'll walk over here, see the sign, fall straight down. Now there's a couple different ways you can make, you know, the killing mechanism for this. A lot of people that I've seen that use this particular design made it so it was a fall trap. So they had a whole bunch of spawning floors way up like towards, I guess, the building limit. And then they just let the mobs fall down like 30 something blocks, and they just die on impact, and then they have some kind of a stream collecting all the items, and then it all goes to a collection system. That's one way to do it. What I was thinking about doing with a system like this was having some kind of a water break at the bottom. So the mobs would spawn, they would fall off, they'd hit the water break, and then they would take no damage at the very bottom. So this way I could get a whole bunch of mobs to the surface almost immediately after they spawn, and then I can do whatever I want with them. Downside with that is, like I said, those mob towers look ugly. They're not pretty to look at all. So I think I might try this design out just to try it. See how it works. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll find some different method of making it work better without, you know, being an eyesore. But I think I'll probably eventually just move towards, you know, digging underground, doing the spawn pads under there, filtering them to a center point, and then raising them to the surface so I can do whatever I want with them. So those are kind of the ideas that I've been mulling over as far as a mob design goes. And if I do something like that, I'm probably going to get rid of this, since, you know, there's no real point in keeping this here anymore, since I have the dual spawner trap, and then I'll have a mob tower. This is redundant. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I've been told by a lot of people this is not efficient at all, that apparently mob spawners, they look in like a 9x9 area, and since this is only, you know, 1 by like 5, something like that for the mob spawning, yeah, it's slow. Like you can see if I go over by the dual spawner, like it's more than twice as fast than this thing produces arrows. So that's pretty much what I've been working on these last couple of days. Sorry I haven't been releasing videos daily. I know there's a lot of people that like watching them every day. But I think it's probably going to end up being better this way, that I can, work on stuff off camera, actually get some things done that I want to do, and then release a video discussing things that I've done, things that I want to do, trials and errors, that kind of a thing. So we'll see how this works out. It's definitely going to be a lot less work on me than releasing videos every day, but it might disappoint some people who like watching these videos every day. We'll see how this all turns out. So I think that's probably going to wrap it up for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.